Hey folks, how's it going? Happy pre-patch. Alright, we're going to do a quick overview of the best talents for the Vengeance Demon Hunter. We're going to see a pretty consistent build here going into the pre-patch as far as Vengeance goes. The big adjustment for us is actually tied to Fell Devastation. So we'll speak about that in detail, but just at the highest level, I don't think you need to worry about a raid build or a Mythic Plus build. Vengeance continues to be just this incredibly steady operator, and you'll see that here rather quickly as we run through the talents. So tier 1, you're going with Abyssal Strike, just pretty standard. Just having that additional Sigil of Flame makes a big difference. Tier 2, it's around Fallout, with Immolation Aura being baseline for Vengeance and Havoc now. Seeing some pretty fun changes. Really excited about this tier 3 talent, however. With Spirit Bomb jumping ahead onto its own line, that actually becomes a major core component of the build here, and obviously complements both our survivability, but also our damage, because we're able to cast Frailty on the different opponents that are out there. Tier 4, we're continuing with the Fracture talent. It just replaces Shear, if you're less familiar with that. Absolutely fantastic in terms of survivability, generates 25 Fury, but maybe even more importantly, gets us to lesser soul fragments. So another great generator of survivability. Tier 5, looking at Sigil of Chains as the go-to that I'm probably going to carry, looking at the talent ahead of us in the pre-patch. Just really being able to lock all our enemies in one place. I know it's not used in raids very often, but in Mythic Plus, between Vengeance ability to kite, this is an absolutely fantastic way to go. Tier 6, even a little bit more excitement. We've seen Gluttony's kind of transitioned out from our kit as far as Shadowland goes, but we are seeing kind of an adoption of the demonic talent, and that's largely been on the Havoc side in the past. If you're not familiar, so Fell Devastation just causes you to now enter demon form for 6 seconds after it finishes dealing damage. So we kind of mentioned Fell Devastation. That's really our new talent that we need to manage and keep an eye on. It's a high priority ability. It produces pretty fantastic damage, but it heals you for up to 10% of your health, essentially, or maybe even a little more if you want to get into the decimals. So really fun. So big AoE damage, you get some self-healing from it, and then it actually, if you've talented into demonic, kicks you up into your meta build, and you'll be gaining the benefits of Leech tied to that. Finally, the go-to talent on the Tier 7 is Last Resort. So continue with that. It's one of the best kind of game breakers in the game. There's nothing better than a few abilities that prevent a wipe of a tank, and this continues to be one of our favorite areas to play and kind of experiment with when you're pushing either high-end keys that may be up for grabs with BFA wrapping up, or if you're thinking about challenging maybe the depths of Ny'alotha before we actually jump wholeheartedly into the impending Scourge invasion. Alright folks, that's the quick talent overview. Let me know if there's any other talents you would consider using, or if there's anything else you want to discuss. I'm really interested in the new abilities that Demon Hunters have picked up, in particular Vengeance, but also the AoE caps, the viability of the spec. I actually think Vengeance is still staying, kind of keeping its Demon Hunter minimal button theme, but it's going to be fun. It will be maybe a little bit squishier than what we experienced at the peak of our corruptions for a little bit here, but keep this in mind if you're considering what kind of tank to raid with, because I think Demon Hunters get a real negative rap all the time. If you don't get bored with only having to manage maybe 4 or 5 mechanics, this is definitely a viable trait for you. So yeah, keep it in mind. I'm sure it'll be a little bit challenging right off the hop, but let me know in the comments. Are you going to have fun with Vengeance, or are you going to dodge it completely? I know when I seen Gluttony disappear, I got a little nervous, but I'm hopeful that maybe as a Spirit Bomb and Demonic potentially can complement each other, we might be able to have a lot of fun here with Vengeance. All right, I'll see you in the pre-patch. Thanks for watching, and talk to you soon. See you, folks.